What is going on, wrestling fans? It's IC Fall. Welcome to Ringside News. We are on the road to the Clash at the Castle, but boy, are we getting some cool developments with characters. Let's jump into it. Chad Gable, folks. When Chad Gable, at one point, is in the face of Otis, and then Tozawa comes over to try to stop this from happening, and then Maxine got involved. And I'll be honest, I thought for a split second that Chad Gable was going to either push down Maxine Dupree, which would have been crazy in general, just man on woman violence on Raw. I haven't seen that in forever. That would have been nuts. Full heel turn to the dark side, beyond Darth Vader. But yet, in the same thing, I thought, is he going to threaten to punch her? Like, put his hand up? I got nervous. It would have been crazy to see a heel in today's world push or pretend to punch a woman on television. I thought Chad Gable was going to do that. And that would have been like, holy shit, we've hit a new level. Most likely he would have had to apologize next week on the Today Show, probably. But the pop. When we get Otis and Chad Gable breaking up in the feud, maybe SummerSlam. Maybe we're that close. August, 3rd? So, I don't know. 2 months? I don't know if we go 2 months of this, but still, it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Look at Otis. The strength of Otis carrying not one person, but two people. Two people. And poor Samantha. Poor Samantha, who I adore, who I love, who I think is one of the most talented announcers of all time. But unfortunately, she is forced at her job to watch her man get handled by Braun Breaker here. Braun Breaker, he is a machine. At one point, he jumps up to the top rope, claps his hand, and then does Hurricanrana to Ricochet. And Ricochet, every time I think of Ricochet, I think of the time he did that amazing just attack from the balcony on to Shinsuke Nakamura on Raw. Dude, that was crazy. Him doing front flips. But right now, Samantha's suffering. Samantha is suffering, Ricochet. We need you to do something. All our Ricochet maniacs out there who love you and know that we read today that your contract's coming up soon. Please, Ricochet, do something about this madman, Braun Breaker. He's spearing people. And then someone pointed out he's fighting bald men because he has a rivalry with Adam Pearce. He's attacked Ricochet, but yet there's other bald men in the WWE that haven't been attacked yet. So that's an interesting theory. The LWO. Remember when Bad Bunny was in the LWO and Backlash Puerto Rico? They built to that. It was a huge monumental moment. Rey Mysterio going to the Hall of Fame. It was a great combo of events. But for a long time, the LWO, I really don't know if it is anything. It's more of just Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and Zelina Vega. I don't know. I once was like obsessed with the LWO. Oh my God, they're going to do this. Tag team champions, and Rey Mysterio and Zelina Vega. Nope. None of that happened. That sucks. I don't want to get sued, but there's the Hurricanrana with Braun Breaker. But the thing that really titillated the juices, as Max Dupree used to say, Dom Mysterio is having some problems here because Liv Morgan is throwing herself to him, offering herself to him. Multiple occasions on this episode of Raw, we had Liv Morgan either trying to get Dom to be interested, push him against an apron, but who is there to always save the day? It's Cockblock himself. It's Finn Balor. Every single moment that Dom, I guess, is gonna get lucky. I'm not sure exactly what this is. I don't know if it's a let's get inside the mind of Dom, break him down. He eventually starts kissing Liv back, which just to trick Dom to piss off Rhea Ripley even more because we are on the revenge tour. And holy, if that is the case, if Liv Morgan is just here to get inside Dom's head and maybe somewhere else and convince him that no, mommy isn't my girl anymore. Liv Morgan is my girl. And then manipulation ensues, tricking Dom, breaking his heart, and of course, breaking Rhea Ripley's mind, soul, and body. And then, of course, Rhea Ripley returns and kills Liv Morgan live on Raw. We'll all watch it. It'll happen. So there's a lot of layers to this. Is it just Liv interested in Dom? Or is really this revenge tour and we're going to just get some craziness from Liv Morgan soon enough? She even saved Dom from Braun Strowman. That's when you put a ring on it. That's when you put a ring on that finger. Braun Breaker. You know, he could have shown up and speared everybody, but he didn't. It was Braun Strowman. They have too many Brauns on the show. It's like when we had Steve Blackman, and then you had Steve Austin, Dr. Death Steve Williams. Can't be more than one person on the card. I'm sorry. I am sorry. In the background, again, we've seen this before. Chad Gable with the Creed brothers. Are we replacing Otis and Tozawa and Maxine with the Creed brothers? I like it, but unfortunately, it feels like the tag team division right now in the WWE is a little wishy-washy because before we had a tag team that had both belts, so they would just jump back and forth and fight with tag teams. Now we have two sets of tag team champions. R-Truth and Miz, who I, again, love, are just doing comedy bits backstage. New Day is dealing with Karrion Kross and the Authors of Pain. And then the Creed brothers are being recruited by Chad Gable. Okay, well, if they join them, who are they fighting? Because there's not a lot of people to fight. The tag team division was filled when you had one set of tag team titles. Probably should go back and forth, but I gotta do that. Jey Uso has announced that he is going to be in the Money in the Bank coming up in Canada, July 4th weekend. It is going to be an outstanding match. Last year, Damian Priest won. Can Jey Uso win? Or are we really going to go down the route, which I hope we do, is Jey Uso doesn't win the Money in the Bank because Solo and his new bloodline get involved. That brings out Jimmy Uso, and at SummerSlam, it's the Usos versus the new, I guess, Bloodline 2.0. And if that's the case, sign me up because I will be there. I will ride the bus. I will be at the event. I need to see this. The Usos reuniting the first time in a long time. That would be since SummerSlam of last year, actually, when Jimmy cost Jey Uso the championship belt against Roman Reigns. So it would be a full year circle. And so give it to me, folks. Give it to me. And finally, it feels like eternity since we have seen Alba Fire and Isla Dawn on an episode of anything. We saw them in that random moment where they were like harassing Nick Aldis on SmackDown, and like it seemed very sexualized, more so than ever. I don't know why, because they have a cool gimmick. They're like witches, they can cast spells on you, mystical powers. That's how you stand out. You know how you stand out? You're a different character. What was wrong with them before? Because before, they had characters. Undertaker, Mankind, Goldust, Boogeyman. These are characters that can last forever because they are eternal. They have something special inside them. Bray Wyatt, same thing. Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, they had that. And now they're just like everybody else. First off, let's just bring this up for a second. Alba Fire is outstanding. One of the best. Go back and watch NXT UK and NXT matches. when she's setting shit on fire with baseball bats, running around, acting crazy. She ain't doing it no more. She ain't doing that no more. And then the main event, Damian Priest and Mysterio, huge main event, building to this all night long, building it from last week to now. And there's Carlito. And he is not in the Judgment Day yet. Like R-Truth was once in. I don't think Carlito's ever going to actually be in. It looks great here for Damian Priest to look strong heading into Clash of the Castle where he's fighting Drew McIntyre. And if he gets past that, then Damian Priest has to wrestle Gunther at SummerSlam. There's a lot heading into this pay-per-view, but will Carlito ever join Judgment Day? I don't know. What I have to say is thank you so much for being here on Ringside News. I've been Steve Fall, and I think Dom Mysterio's got a lot of stuff to think about. A lot of stuff. Have a good one.